Hey there Cosmic Warriors, and welcome back to another video. So in today's video we are going to be taking a look at the secrets, the fears and the ghosts of those of you who have Neptune in your first house, but also for those of you who have a Pisces rising within your natal of birth chart, okay? But before we do get into this, make sure that you give this video a like if you like it. Also make sure to subscribe if you have not already, and to click that little bell icon. And another thing before we get into this, if you would like to know more information all about your Neptune sign, your Neptune house, along with your Pisces house and your 12th house within your natal birth chart, then I have created a Pisces season/archetype ebook. So what I am going to do is I'm going to provide a link to that ebook in the description box below so that you can pick up your copy today if you would like. Alright, so with all those introductions out of the way, Neptune in the first house and Pisces rising/ascendants, let's do this. So if you have Neptune in your first house or a Pisces rising, then this suggests that you're a relatively confusing and difficult to figure out character, individual. Yes, you're probably serene in your approach to life, and so you try to keep things quite calm and peaceful, and if anything, you don't want to trouble or bother others. However, there's so much more to you than meets the eye here, because what others might not know or realize about you is that your experiences throughout infancy, well, these experiences really were quite something. So with that being said, let's address some possibilities of events that may have played out for you whilst you were growing up. We've got things like family members suffering with mental illness, family members suffering with addiction, the disappearance of family members or loved ones, lies, deceit, and a lot of dishonesty really everywhere you turned, or quite possibly even a strong spiritually religious influence that impacted your perception of life. Or this could have very well been that certain names were placed upon you from a young age, such as bimbo, airhead, basket case, crazy, incompetent, or possibly sweet and calm and peaceful. But essentially, maybe there was just so many disturbing and overwhelming situations that resulted in you having no other choice but to escape or check out. Though still, looking at this house as the house associated with the birthing process, maybe there was something quite mystical or uncertain even about your birth, or perhaps at times you didn't even feel like you were your parents' child. Maybe you would question that a lot, or it's that whenever you were younger you would question them, but they wouldn't be able to give you straightforward answers. But whichever way this may have played out through those experiences of infancy here, Neptune in the first house, Aquarius, I was going to say Aquarius because I'm used to that, Pisces rising individuals, what many people don't know about you is that you have so much going on inside of you in correlation with your youngest years, and you yourself might even feel slightly confused due to how difficult it is to comprehend just how truly deeply you feel. Maybe you even felt so connected with your mother's emotions because of how much she suffered after you were born, or possibly this could even be a situation where your mother was suffering during your birth, and so she had to be under the influence of drugs in order to help her through that process. And so if you did attach so much to your mother emotionally, maybe you yourself, you find it difficult to identify with your own emotions and how you're feeling. Then again, of course, this could be in correlation not with just your mother, but with the environment overall. Maybe it was reinforced onto you the importance of serving, helping, and playing your part for others, even if by doing so it came with you sacrificing your own wants and desires. Also possibly further resulting in you feeling deep shame and guilt if at any point or time you would do something for yourself. Therefore, Neptune in the first house, Pisces risings, what we are noticing here is that for so much of your life, you've felt invisible, whilst simultaneously being so completely connected and attached to everything going on. And also for so much of your life, maybe you've hid yourself away, suggesting that you martyred your own identity in order to blend with everybody else around you. And so in this respect, maybe you're someone who is very much tapped and tuned into the world around you. This hypersensitive individual who you can pick up on people's pain and suffering along with their joy and their happiness. And what might happen whenever you pick up on these emotions and these feelings? Well, what might happen is that you may mirror or reflect these emotions and feelings back to other people, suggesting here that you can be a very empathetic person, someone who can really connect with others in their hour of need. But what I must make you aware of here, if you're not aware of this already, is to be aware of your tendency to unconsciously take on the emotions and feelings of others, as others simultaneously take on the emotions and feelings that you're maybe delivering back out as well. Yes, whilst this can be powerfully healing and very helpful, not only for yourself but for other people around you, and yes, it suggests that you are a highly emotionally intelligent individual, and it can also suggest that you're very good at reading other people in that regard. But these types of things can also result in some implications, such as feeling drained or exhausted, paranoia, confusion, miscommunication, or difficulty remaining grounded and really present within your own body. See, you might be this emotional vacuum, but through all of the noise, so to speak, you're left with some extra weight that can either uplift and inspire you or completely drain and overconsume you. Maybe you're someone who says yes to things that you don't even want to do, or maybe you don't pay attention to yours or other people's boundaries. I mean, is it possible here that boundaries just weren't a thing whenever you were younger? Did people never really give you privacy whenever you desperately wanted it? Or did someone hurt you as a child? Did friends pressure you into trying things that felt wrong to you? Or was it that when you said no, that translated into yes, according to others, resulting in you having to do things that you didn't want to do? Essentially, boundaries may not have been a part of the dialogue whenever you were younger. And then this all leading into your adult life, you may carry this same unconscious dialogue along with you. And as you float along, giving off this energy that says, zero boundaries over here, you feel invisible, unheard, like a ghost, someone who is not seen. Because I mean, anytime you would assert your wants and desires, well, if others didn't agree, then you had no other choice but to kind of fade away or dissolve yourself, resulting in you maybe having quite a weak sense of self. And these types of things may also create this victimhood identity, where you feel like a victim in a world that never sees you or appreciates your contribution. Maybe you even think, why am I even here? Maybe when you look in the mirror, you don't even see yourself quite clearly, and maybe you're extremely sensitive towards your physical appearance and your body, towards even how other people perceive you, further suggesting that perhaps you're someone who is always switching up your name, your appearance, and even the decisions and choices that you make in life. Though I think this all depends on the mood, it depends on the vibe, it depends on these really hypersensitive emotions that you have. And so in this respect, you might try out new styles, new sort of characteristics, personas, all according to how you're feeling. Could also be suggested that you've had an alias before, or maybe you're used to others assuming things about you or getting wrong impressions about you. Could very well be that others have projected so much of their unresolved baggage and emotional issues onto you. This could be someone getting angry at you over something that wasn't even your fault, for example. Though having said that, maybe this is what you experienced growing up, where you were surrounded by people with a lot of emotional karma, so to speak, built up within their psyche. Though of course I do just want to highlight that I am not pointing the blame onto anybody here. I am just simply saying that there is a potentiality here of others unknowingly projecting their unconscious drives onto you as a child. And seeing as we are on this subject, let's go through some examples of what I mean by this projection, okay? So some examples could be parents morphing you into their sweet little baby, or parents projecting their version of how they imagine you to be, or parents projecting their pain and their suffering onto you, some unresolved stuff there, kind of as stated there. Or even this could be parents projecting their dreams and their fantasies onto you. Quite possibly they projected their hidden fears onto you as well. Though looking at fears specifically, fear isn't a very pleasant emotion for any of us. I mean, it's not nice to feel like something is threatening or potentially harmful to our well-being. But yet, perhaps you were surrounded by hidden fear. So, some examples of this. Maybe your mother had quite a harmful and scary birth with you. Or maybe she feared your life or her life whenever she was giving birth to you, resulting in her being drugged up or drugged into unconsciousness during her birth. Could also be that she feared you getting older and leaving her side. Maybe the sympathy card was used a lot during your younger years, and it's these same things that may have led to you being quite needy, where you yearn for other people to be close, also suggesting that you might use emotional manipulation to get what you want from other people. And so in this respect, when it comes to your inner fears, Neptune in the first house, Pisces risings, maybe you have a fear of separation. Maybe you have a fear of detachment from other people emotionally. And so in this respect, maybe you were coddled, resulting in you finding it kind of difficult to be alone. Now, that's not to say that you can't be alone. I mean, you probably desire to withdraw from life much of the time, especially given that you need to. So kind of going back to the whole emotional vacuum stuff. But still, maybe you're someone who really deeply craves that emotional closeness with others, merging with others so much that you dissolve your ego. You dissolve your own identity to merge with another person's identity. Therefore, I think it's important to ground yourself here with this energy, to connect with your physical body, to make sense of your own decisions and choices and actions. Then again, perhaps escaping out of your body and into the ether was how you learned to cope as a child. So it's the coping strategy that you're used to, a coping strategy that it's all you've ever known really, what to do, how to do, Neptune in the first house, Pisces risings. But you know, maybe, just maybe, a little grounding would do you a lot of good. Okay then, Cosmic Warriors, so that concludes my video on the secrets, the fears and the ghosts of those of you who have Neptune in your first house, or for those of you who have a Pisces rising within your natal birth chart. Now make sure to let us know what you thought of the video today, if you have any of these placements. But with all that being said, thank you so much for watching, thank you for subscribing, and if you have not yet subscribed, then make sure you click that subscribe button in order to keep yourself updated with further content from myself, and also make sure that you give this video a like if you liked it today. And I will be back with another video very, very soon. Bye!